Good morning, students. In the last class, we discussed about 20 questions, most important questions for NEET and MSET point of view. We discussed with clear solutions. Today, we discussed about some more questions. The total syllabus of intermediate, especially chemistry point of view, NEET and MSET point of view. So, all of you subscribe this channel and watch the more questions and prepare well under the examination coming August. So, very little time is there. So, in this video, the first question, the composition of copper matte is A. C2S plus FeS, B. C2S plus C2O, C. Cu2S plus FeO, D. Cu2O plus FeS. In the metallurgy, extraction of copper. So copper matte is nothing but copper sulfide, a mixture of copper sulfide and iron sulfide. A mixture of copper sulfide and iron sulfide. So it is a direct question. So the option A is correct. Copper sulfide and iron sulfide. So the answer is A. Next question. When a brown compound of manganese A is treated with HCl, it gives a gas B. The gas taken in excess reacts with NH3 to give an explosive compound C. Identify compounds A, B, and C. So here manganese compound A treated with HCl to give a gas B. This gas reacts with ammonia to give an explosive compound C. Identify compound A, B, and C. Here NH3 react with chlorine gas. Why? Because HCl treated with manganese compound A, the gas will be liberated, that is the chlorine gas. So chlorine react with excess of ammonia. So excess of gas, excess of chlorine react with ammonia to give an explosive compound that is nothing but NCl3. No doubt. So here B is Cl2 and C is NCl3. So NCl3, Cl2. So option A and C may be correct. Option A and C may be possible and remaining wrong. List out. So NCl3, NCl3, Cl2, Cl2. Now A is the key point. So here in the question, a brown compound of manganese, generally MnO2 is a brown colored compound. So this MnO2 treated with HCl to give chlorine gas, that is the B. This chlorine react with excess amount of chlorine react with ammonia to give explosive compound. Identify compound A, B, and C. No doubt the option A is correct. So the option A is correct. Now let us see A MnO2, B Cl2, C NCl3. So MnO2 react with 4 moles of HCl to give MnCl2 plus Cl2 plus 2H2O. Here B is chlorine gas. Now NH3 react with excess of chlorine to give NCl3 plus HCl. So compound A MnO2, compound B Cl2, compound C NCl3. So next one, in the complex compound, this question belongs to complex compounds, coordinate chemistry. Which of the following sequence is correct regarding field strength of ligands as per spectrochemical series? So according to spectrochemical series, identify the field strength of ligands. So generally carbonyl compound CO is the strongest ligand. So option A and C maybe are correct, but we want only one answer. So A or C. Let us see the spectrochemical series. So this is the spectrochemical series. CO is the strongest ligand, then Cn minus, then F minus, then SCN minus. So the option will be C. So previously we think maybe A or C. So now the correct one is C. Carbon monoxide CO, then Cn, then F minus, then SCN minus. Next one, an organic compound A on reduction gives compound B, which on treatment with CHCl3 and alcoholic KOH gives C, compound C, which on catalytic reduction gives N-methyl aniline. The compound A is methylamine, aniline, nitrobenzene, nitromethane. You see, an organic compound A on reduction gives compound B, which on treatment with chloroform and alcoholic KOH to give C. So C is nothing but cyanobenzene. It is on catalytic reduction gives N-methyl aniline, means hydrogen, treated with hydrogen in the presence of catalyst to give NHCH3. So benzene NHCH3, that is N-methyl aniline. So N-methyl aniline is nothing but, so the organic compound A must be nitrobenzene. So nitrobenzene reduction to give compound B, that is the aniline. Aniline treated with chloroform and alcoholic KOH to give cyanobenzene. It is catalytic reduction to give N-methyl aniline. So the compound A is nothing but nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene. See the sequence order. Now let us see A nitrobenzene reduction to give B aniline. B is the aniline. So it is react with chloroform in the presence of alkali like KOH to give cyanobenzene. It is undergoes catalytic reduction to give N-methyl aniline. So the compound A, no doubt, nitrobenzene. Next question. The complex formed when Al2O3 is leached from bauxite using concentrated NaOH solution is A. NaAl2O4, B. Na2AlO2, C. NaAlOH taken 4 times, D. Na2AlOH taken thrice. So in the leaching process, that is the bauxite, generally red bauxite treated with NaOH, it is a Bayer process. In the Bayer process, NaOH react with alumina Al2O3, impure alumina, iron oxide impurity containing alumina react with NaOH to give sodium meta-aluminate. That is the sodium meta-aluminate. While here complex compound means NaAlOH taken 4. So the answer is C, that is sodium meta-aluminate. This is the correct one. See the sequence equation. You see Al2O3 plus 2 NaOH plus 3 H2O gives rise to NaAlOH taken 4 times, 2 moles. This is called sodium meta-aluminate. Next one. Which of the following is a polyamide? Polyamide. Nylon 66, terylene, polythene, buna. Yes. So amide functional group containing polymer is nylon 66. Why? Because adipic acid treated with hexamethylene diamine, hexamethylene diamine to give nylon 66. In this, amide groups are so many amide groups are present. Therefore, it is called polyamide. So the answer is A, nylon 66. Why? Because it is treated with adipic acid and hexamethylene diamine. See the reaction. You see, adipic acid, n moles of adipic acid plus n moles of hexamethylene diamine to give nylon 66. So n moles of amides, NH, NH. NH, NH is called amide functional group. NH, C double bond O, that is amide. So taken n times. So it is a polyamide. It is one of the polymer, that is nylon 66. So the answer is E. Nylon 66 is a polyamide containing polymer. Next one. Which of the following organic compounds polymerizes to form the polyester dacron? Polyester dacron. A. Propylene and parahydroxy phenol. B. Benzoic acid and ethanol. C. Terephthalic acid and ethylene glycol. D. Benzoic acid and parahydroxy phenol. So polyester dacron is nothing but by the combination of terephthalic acid and ethylene glycol. These two are participate in the polymerization. We get polyester dacron. So the answer is C. Terephthalic acid and ethylene glycol. See, n moles of ethylene glycol plus n moles of terephthalic acid to give terylene. It is also called dacron. Polyester. This polyester is nothing but dacron. It is also called terylene. Which of the following is correct about hydrogen bonding in DNA? In DNA, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. Adenine, adenine, thymine, thymine. Adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. Guanine, thymine, adenine, cytosine. So hydrogen bonding. Generally, adenine, thymine, two hydrogen bonds are exist, and guanine, cytosine, three hydrogen bonds are exist. So the correct answer C. Adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. See the explanation. You see, adenine, thymine, two hydrogen bonds, guanine, cytosine, 3 hydrogen bonds. You see, between adenine, thymine, 2 hydrogen bonds. Similarly, between guanine and cytosine, 3 hydrogen bonds. So this is the correct sequence. Clear? Next question. Which of the following is an analgesic? Analgesic. A. Streptomycin. B. Chloromycetin. C. Novalgin. D. Penicillin. So here, streptomycin, chloromycetin, penicillin, these are antibiotic, no doubt. So remaining C is analgesic. So the answer is, it is a direct question. The answer is C, Novalgin. Novalgin is an analgesic. So the answer is C. See, streptomycin antibiotic, chloromycin antibiotic, penicillin antibiotic, Novalgin is analgesic. Next question. The half-life period of a first order reaction is 60 minutes. What percentage will be left over after 240 minutes? A 4.25%, B 6%, C 6.25%, D 5%. Let us see in the first order 100, 50, 1 T half, 25, second T half, 12.5, third T half, 6.25, fourth T half. So here 60 minutes, here 60 minutes, here 60 minutes, here 60 minutes. Totally 240 minutes are finished. So how much amount of leftover? 6.25. So 6.25 is the correct answer. So the answer is C. Once again, 100 converted into 50, exactly half. The initial concentration is exactly half of it. Requiring time is called half-life. That is the 60 minutes. Again 50 is exactly half of it. 25. Another 60 minutes required. 25 exactly half of it. 12.5. It required another 60 minutes. 12.5 is exactly half of it. 6.25. That is another t half. That is another 60 minutes. Now here totally 4 t halves. So 4 into 60, that is nothing but 240 minutes. So after 240 minutes, 6.25 percentage will be left over. Okay, I understand. You see, 100%, 50, 25, 12.5, 6.25. Next question. The vacant space in BCC lattice unit cell is empty space. Vacant space is nothing but empty space in BCC lattice unit cell. 48%, 23%, 32%, and 26%. You see, in the BCC crystal lattice structure, the efficiency of package 68%. Efficiency of package 68%. So the remaining 32% is empty space. How? 100 minus 68, that is nothing but 32%. So 32% is called vacant space or empty space in the BCC lattice unit cell. You see, packing efficiency 68%, therefore empty space percentage 100 minus 68, that is equal to 32%. It is BCC unit cell. Clear? Next code. Next question. When Cl2 gas reacts with hot and concentrated sodium hydroxide solution, the oxidation number of chlorine changes from Yes. Chlorine react with hot and concentrated NaOH. So what are the products? First of all, you check up. Then in that product, what is the oxidation state of chlorine? So A 0 to +1 and 0 to -5. B 0 to -1 and 0 to +5. C 0 to -1 and 0 to +3. D 0 to +1 and 0 to -3. So first of all, chlorine, you see, chlorine react with NaOH, hot and concentrated. Hot and concentrated. The products NaCl plus NaClO3 plus water. You leave it water. So here chlorine, here chlorine. So in this chlorine, -1 oxidation state. In this chlorine, +5 oxidation state. So 3 2s are -6. Sodium +1, +1 -6, -5. X -5 is equal to 0. X is equal to +5. So in the free state, chlorine oxidation state is 0. So the chlorine oxidation state is changes 0 to -1 and 0 to +5. What is the answer? C. So 0 to -1 and not C. B. 0 to -1 and 0 to +5. So the B is correct. B is correct. So 0 to -1, C also 0 to -1. But another one 0 to +5, here 0 to +3. So here +5, so C is not correct. The correct answer is B. See, 3 moles of chlorine react with 6 moles of NaOH, hot and concentrated. The products are NaCl, NaClO3 plus H2O. So in the NaCl -1, NaClO3 +5. So 0 to -1 and 0 to +5. Clear? So whenever you are happy, please subscribe it and watch more questions. Next one, ethanol is converted into ethoxyethane. Ethanol is converted into ethoxyethane. So how to convert ethyl alcohol to ethoxyethane? That is nothing but diethyl ether. So option A, by heating ethanol with excess of concentrated H2SO4 at 443 Kelvin. B, by treating with concentrated H2SO4 at 273 Kelvin. C, by heating excess of ethanol with concentrated H2SO4 at 440 degrees centigrade. D, by treating with concentrated H2SO4 at room temperature. So here generally ethyl alcohol treated with excess of concentrated H2SO4 at different temperature to give different products. Generally at 140 degrees centigrade to give ether, whereas at 170 degrees centigrade to give ethylene. But here we want ethoxyethane, that is nothing but ether. So the correct one, by heating excess of ethanol with concentrated H2SO4 at 140 degrees centigrade is the correct answer. So the answer is C. See the explanation with the equation. See, excess of ethyl alcohol in the presence of concentrated H2SO4 at 140 degrees centigrade to give ethoxyethane, that is nothing but ether. Next one, the shape of xenon tetrafluoride. Xenon tetrafluoride is A, octahedral, B, square planar, C, tetrahedral, D, pyramidal. C, xenon valency shell 8 electrons, one is the fluorine, another one fluorine, another fluorine, another fluorine. Totally 4 fluorine participated with 4 electrons. remaining 4 electrons is acting as lone pair. So according to VSEPR theory, here two lone pairs, 4 bond pairs. Two lone pairs, 4 bond pairs. The geometry is square planar. So here, according to VSEPR theory, xenon tetrafluoride shape is square planar. See the geometry, shape of xenon tetrafluoride, square planar. Next one, for the reaction H2O4 liquid gives rise to 2XO2 gas, delta U is equal to 2.1 kilocalories. Delta U is nothing but internal energy. Delta S is equal to 20 calories per Kelvin. Oh, one is kilocalories, another one is calories. So you convert kilocalories. Delta S is converted into kilocalories. Why? Because the units are not same. At 300 Kelvin, hence delta Z is A 2.7 kilocalories, B minus 2.7 kilocalories, C 9.3 kilocalories, D minus 9.3 kilocalories. So generally delta Z gives change of Gibbs energy, delta Z is equal to delta H minus T delta S. This is the formula. So delta is given and the temperature also given, but we find out the delta H. How to find out the delta H? Delta H is nothing but delta U. So delta U plus delta N RT. Delta N RT. So based on this formula, you identify the delta H. Let us see explanation of this question. You see, delta H is equal to delta U plus delta N RT. Given delta U is equal to 2.1 kilocalories, delta N is equal to 2. Why? Because 4 minus 2. See the number of here. See delta N is equal to product number of moles minus reactant number of moles. Product 2. Reactant does not consider 0. Liquid. So 2 minus 0, that is equal to 2. So delta N is equal to 2. So delta N is equal to 2. R is equal to kilocalories. Generally calories 2, 1.96 approximately, that is 2. That is in kilocalories 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Temperature 300 Kelvin. Now delta H is equal to 2.1 plus 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into 300. That is equal to 3.3 kilocalories. Kilocalories. But we want change of Gibbs energy, that is delta Z is equal to delta H minus T delta S. But in the problem delta S is given, that is 20 calories, but we convert it into kilocalories, 20 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So here delta H, temperature and delta S, these three values are substituted in the change of Gibbs energy equation. We get the correct answer. See, on putting the values of delta H and delta S in the equation, we get delta Z is equal to 3.3 minus 300, that is the temperature, 20 into 10 to the power of minus 3. This is the change of internal energy, that is 3.3. This is the temperature 300 Kelvin. This is the delta S. So delta U minus T delta S, that is equal to delta Z. Delta Z. delta Z is equal to delta U, delta H minus T delta S. So delta H is nothing but 3.3. Temperature is nothing but 300. Entropy, change of entropy is nothing but 20 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So the correct answer minus 2.7 kilocalories. So option B 2.7 is minus 2.7 is correct. Next one, a gas such as carbon monoxide would be most likely to obey the ideal gas law at A. Low temperature and high pressures. B. High temperature and high pressures. C. Low temperature and low pressure. D. High temperature and low pressures. So generally, real gases are obey the ideal gas behavior at high temperature and low pressure. High temperature and low pressure. So the option D is correct. Option D correct. High temperature and low pressures. See, real gases show ideal gas behavior at high temperature and low pressures. Next question. Predict the product C in the following series of reactions. Acetic acid react with PCl5 to give A. A react with benzene in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3 to give B. B react with Grignard reagent like methyl magnesium bromide to give C. So what is the C? So acetic acid react with PCl5 to give acetyl chloride CH3COCl. So this CH3COCl react with benzene in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3. It is nothing but Friedel-Crafts acylation to give B acetophenone. Acetophenone. So it is one of the ketone. So B is nothing but ketone. Yes. This is the B. This B react with methyl magnesium bromide, Grignard reagent. What happened? Here methyl group is added. Here MgBr will be added. It undergoes hydrolysis to give final product alcohol, that is OH. So OH group is added. This is the product C. This is the product C. So CH3 taken twice, 2 OH, OH group. So 2-phenyl 2-propanol. That is answer B is correct. Answer B is correct. See the sequence reaction. See acetic acid, PCl5 to give CH3COCl, acetyl chloride A treated with benzene in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3 to give acetophenone B. It react with CH3MgBr. Final product this one. So 2-phenyl 2-propanol. Next one, the number of oxygen atoms in 4.4 grams of CO2 is. So here 1 mole of CO2 contain 2 moles of oxygen atom. 2 moles of oxygen atoms. But 4.4 grams of CO2. So you find out the number of moles. So 4.4 divided by 44. That is the number of moles. How much? 0.1. So 1 mole is contain 2 moles of oxygen atoms, whereas zero point 0.1 moles contain how much? That is 0.1 into 2, that is nothing but 0.2 moles. So 0.2 moles. 1 mole is nothing but Avogadro number of particles. 6 into 10 to the power of 23. So how much? 6 to the 12. 1.2. So 1.2 into 10 to the power of 23. So the answer A. A is correct. See, molar mass of CO2 44 grams. Number of moles in 4.4 grams of CO2. 4.4 divided by 44, that is nothing but 0.1 moles. 1 mole of CO2 contains 2 moles of oxygen atom. zero point 0.1 moles contain 2 into zero point 0.1, that is equal to 0.2 moles of oxygen atom. Mole is nothing but Avogadro number of particles. So 0.2 into 6.02 10 to the power of 23, that is nothing but 1.246 into 10 to the power of 23 oxygen atom. That is the option A is correct. Next one. The anion of acetyl acetone forms cobalt triacetyl acetone chelate with cobalt plus 3. The rings of the chelate are A 5 membered, B 4 membered, C 6 membered, D 3 membered. So see the structure of this chelate form. This is the acetyl acetone. So here one oxygen. So CH3, CO, that is double bond, CO, CH3. So here two oxygen atoms are participating with bonding. Central atom cobalt. Similarly, another mole. Similarly, another mole. Total 3 moles. It is 1 mole. It is 1 mole. It is 1 mole. So each mole 2 ligands participate with cobalt. So here total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the 6 membered ring. 6 membered ring. Similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 membered ring. So it is a 6 membered stable complex. So the answer is 6. So this is the 6 membered ring is the correct answer. So next one, the amount of current in Faraday required for the reduction of 1 mole of Cr2O7 ions to Cr plus 3 is. So dichromate ion Cr2O7 minus 2 ions to Cr plus 3 is how much current in Faradays required. Generally 1 mole of electrons will be transferred, 1 Faraday current is required. So now Cr2O7 minus 2 to Cr plus 3, how many electrons will be participate reduction reaction? So such number of moles of electrons is equal to such Faradays. In case of Cr2O7 to Cr plus 3, for example, 4 electrons will participate, that is the 4 Faradays. 5 electrons will participate, 5 electrons. So here option A 2, option B 3, option C 5, option D 6. How to identify the number of electrons participate in the reduction reaction? See the equation, balanced equation, that is the ion electron method equation. So this is Cr2O7 minus 2 Cr plus 3. So chromium oxidation state is plus 6, here plus 3. So 1 chromium to 1 chromium, 3 electrons will be differ. So but here 2 chromiums are participate, therefore 3 into 2 totally 6 electrons. So 1 mole of Cr2O7 minus 2 required 6 moles of electron, that is nothing but 6 Faradays. 6 Faradays. So the option is D correct. Option D 6 Faradays. So this is the correct. Next one. Which of the following pairs of isomers cannot be separated by fractional crystallization or distillation or chromatography? So separation of isomers cannot be separation. So cannot be separation means both are having same physical properties. So here option A, malic acid and fumaric acid, these are the geometrical isomers, easily separate out. B, plus tartaric acid and mesotartaric acid, it is also easily separate out. C, plus lactic acid minus lactic acid means L lactic acid, D lactic acid. So these two are enantiomers. So plus minus lactic acids are purely enantiomers. Non-superimposable mirror images are called enantiomers. Therefore, these two isomers cannot be separated. Why? Because enantiomers are having same physical properties. So, cannot be separated fractional distillation. So, the correct answer is C. Why? Because these two are enantiomers. See, plus lactic acid minus lactic acid, enantiomers are similar in physical properties. The pressure exerted by 6 grams of methane gas in a 0.03 meter cube vessel at 129 degrees centigrade is atomic masses C, carbon is equal to 12.01, hydrogen is equal to 1.01, and R is equal to 8.314 joules per Kelvin per mole. So pressure. So find out the pressure of 6 grams of methane gas. The volume is given 0.03 meter cube vessel at 129 degrees centigrade. Let us see the calculation of this one. See, given mass of CH4 is equal to 6 grams, volume of methane is equal to 0.03 meter cube, temperature 129 degrees centigrade, converted into Kelvin 402 Kelvin, or 8.314 joules per Kelvin per mole. Molecular mass of methane, that is equal to 16.05. Now you substitute these data in the ideal gas equation. PV is equal to nRT. So PV is equal to nRT. N is nothing but number of moles, that is equal to weight by molecular weight. So P is equal to W by M, RT by V. All values you substitute, then the answer is 41648 Pascal. The correct answer C, 41648 Pascal. Clear? Next one, orthoboric acid when heated to red hot gives metaboric acid, pyroboric acid, boron and water, diboron trioxide. You see, orthoboric acid heated to red hot tube. So total water molecules are completely eliminated to give B2O3, that is diboron trioxide. So the answer is D. D is the correct. How? Please check up. So this is the orthoboric acid, 100 degrees centigrade to give metaboric acid, at 160 degrees centigrade to give H2B4O7. It is strong heating, that is the red hot, total water molecules are eliminated to give B2O3. B2O3, that is diboron trioxide. You see, the IUPAC name for the complex CO, NO2, NH3 taken 5, Cl2 is. So nitrito N, pentaamine cobalt 3 chloride, nitrito N, pentaamine cobalt 2 chloride, pentaamine nitrito N, cobalt 2 chloride, pentaamine nitrito N, cobalt 3 chloride. Now you see NO2 means This NO2 group directly linked with nitrogen. Cobalt is directly linked with nitrogen. So therefore it is called nitrito Nitrito N. But in the complex pair, another ligand is there, that is NH3 taken 5, pentaamine. So according to alphabetical order, first of all, pentaamine is coming, that is pentaamine. Later, nitrito N, so directly linked with nitrogen with cobalt, nitrito N, cobalt, and 3 chloride. Cobalt 3 chloride. Why? Because 2Cl minus, that is the minus 2. Here, one is minus. So totally 3x minus 3 is equal to 0, x is equal to plus 3. So the oxidation number 3. So the answer is D, pentaamine nitrito N, cobalt 3 chloride. So these are the most important in this video. So you feel very happy. So please subscribe it and watch it. More questions, coming videos also. I will explain some more questions, especially NEET and MCET point of view. Please all of you subscribe it, watch it. Okay. So we will meet next video. Bye.